Are you serious? Are you serious? That is massive. What in the world is that? Folks, that is massive, literally massive ash chunks falling from the sky in California, especially over in Santa Rosa. The flames, the fire, the plumes, the smoke, the fumes, the ash that is going so high into the atmosphere in California. You can see the wildfires in California from space. And it's incredible to think that that ash would fall and would be this big. This is insane. This is like Joel 2. I mean, the blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun is being darkened. The moon is turning to blood. Doomsday danger, hazard, smoke, fumes, plumes, ash. Insane. I mean, guys, this is really serious. It's like brimstone. Thank you, Brandy. It's almost like brimstone. What it is, though, this is ash, large chunks of it. So you can imagine you got forest, you got trees. Yes, that's ash. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I mean, here's what's happening. The heat is so intense. The fire is so outrageous. The inferno is so furious that when the pieces of chunks of wood from trees and buildings and underbrush and logs, and you understand that when fire's burning like this, it's sucking for oxygen, okay? And what it does, it sucks up so hard that it pulls up everything that's burning right up into the sky with it, including large chunks of wood. And then when this thing comes down, it's not just little bitty ash, but look at this. This is huge. And this is what's happening in Santa Rosa, California. Everybody get some coffee. Do it now. Get some coffee. I'm going to tell you all about it. This is a powerful broadcast. Are you serious? You better get ready, because something biblical is going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ. Hit the thumbs up right now, everybody, because Jesus is coming soon. Doomsday, California. Guys, I'm glad you're with me today. Let me put my camera right up here. And hopefully that will work without tipping over and all that weird stuff it does. Are you serious? Did you see that? The ash, bigger. It's about twice the size of your hand, okay? I mean, we're talking about ash coming down like that. What is that? Well, that is the end of the world. I mean, get ready. That's a precursor to what the world will look like when it is engulfed in the blazing inferno, as it says in 2 Peter chapter 3. I'm going to tell you guys all about it in just a minute. But first, let's take a shout out right now for www.noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Welcome to October, folks. Now we're less than a month away from one of the most fierce contested election in history. Kind of scary, isn't it? Well, whatever the outcome on election day, which I'm sure we're not going to get an outcome on election day, it looks like the economy's going to be in a turmoil for a while. Don't be a victim. And here's why. Take some action now to avoid losing your retirement savings if the market takes a hit. A gold IRA uses the value of precious metals to keep you out of trouble. And the team over there at noblegoldinvestments.com know how to do this. Give them a call at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347. Let Colin Plume and his associates, I mean, look, this is a family-owned Christian company. Let them help you roll over that 401k you have into a gold or silver IRA, all right? You'll be glad you did. Tell them Pastor Paul Begley sent you. Guys, it's really serious, though. That ash is just insane. And here's what they're saying about it in California right now. according to reports, it's worse than a volcanic eruption. It's worse than a volcanic eruption. Listen to that again. The amount of ash that's falling from the sky on Santa Rosa, California is worse than if a volcano had erupted and you had the ash fall out from a volcano. Because the amount of timber, the amount of wood, the amount of underbrush, the amount of just the smoke and the plumes and the fumes and the toxic air that's taking place there is insane. It's worse than a volcanic eruption. Massive, literally massive chunks of ash are falling from the sky all across Santa Rosa, California, as the wildfire attacks the area. I've been concerned about this. You know, look how long this wildfire's been going on. No rain in sight, guys. Matter of fact, it's 50 degrees here in Indiana this morning. 50 degrees this morning, about 10 o'clock. Which is cool, unseasonably cool for this time of year. And of course, that cool front that came down, we warned you about it. I did a video on it yesterday. That cool front obviously has come down out of Canada, and it's affecting not only the northern states, but all the way down to the panhandle of Florida. It's on its way down. But half the country, the West Coast, is going to experience intense, excessive, extreme heat wave. The same time that the rest of the nation is going to go under a very cold front. So no hope in sight for California. There's no rain in sight. It's even going to get hotter. It's not good. And everybody put a thumbs up right now. Help drive the algorithms crazy. I hope you guys got notified. I don't know. But let me tell you what they're saying over there in California. The massive ash is falling all across Santa Rosa, California yesterday as a result of the ongoing raging wildfire that's growing and still threatening that area big time. The glass fire has burned more than 42,000 acres, with nearly 70,000 residents being forced to evacuate. And it has zero containment. What? Zero containment. The pictures were captured there, and I showed it to you there to start the broadcast. It's insane. And be quite honest with you, I've never seen anything like it. I have never seen anything like it. I'm going to try to show you another picture. I know I'd always run a risk by doing this. All right. I'm not going to do it because it's just the ash. I'm looking at a picture of ash falling. It's just off the charts. And these big chunks of ash, bigger than your hand, bigger than two hands, are falling, guys. It's just the free falling, free falling. I mean, seriously, that's what's going on there. Boy, if Heidi's up there, Heidi made me a great breakfast this morning. She took fresh farm eggs from the Amish. And I mean, you know, when you get the fresh farm eggs from the Amish, they are golden yellow, okay? And then she took a ribeye steak and chopped it up real in small chunks, chopped it up for me real nice and put it in there, seasoned just right. It was one of the best breakfasts you could ever eat. And now, if she can hear me up there, and I love you, sweetheart, a fresh cup of coffee right now would be wonderful to help me get through this broadcast. Okay, 1,000 people, and hopefully she's listening, but she's got a ton of work to do. So anyway, guys, if you're giving your Feast of Tabernacle offerings, thank God for you. This is the time, and we'll be praying a special Feast of Tabernacles. What did I say? Feast of Tabernacles. We will be giving a special prayer over the Feast of Tabernacle offerings Sunday night live, okay? And put your prayer requests with that. A lot of you are mailing in the mail. Put it in the mail today. We will cover all of that in a special prayer on Sunday night, all right? God bless you. This is the final feast of the year. But I'm looking at the ash. It's dangerous as it falls. I mean, just insane what's going on there. This year, it seems that the ash looks even different. It's chunkier, and it's everywhere. Everything. The air is tinted yellowish gray. At times, the air has been red like blood. It's got black spots in it for where the ash dots the ground. Some of the ash pieces almost look fibrous, like pieces of black string. Other pieces look like shredded bark, which they are. Anywhere you look, it's everywhere. It's unclear what accounts for the size of the ash. It could be the debris from various structures that have burned, or pieces of bark, or light fuels coming up from the grass. More information on the ash and how to protect yourself, you can check with the EPA or the San Francisco Chronicle or Strange Sounds and even Steve Quayle. Okay, so it's just crazy to me what's going on right now with the ash. Okay, just unbelievable. Meanwhile, that's not the only thing going on, guys. 830,000 Americans filed for unemployment, first-time employment claims last week. As I think what's happening now, we're going into October. We're 1 month away from the election. Now the manufacturing plants, everybody kind of slowing down a minute, waiting to see, is there going to be a change in administrations or not? And of course, that makes everybody very on edge. And after you watch the debate, I mean, if you're watching the debate, you see that Biden says if he's elected, he's shutting the entire economy down until the virus is gone. Guys, even Bill Gates said the virus won't be gone till the end of 2022. If Trump wins, he's going to continue reopening the economy. But even as he tries to do that, we're seeing spikes again of the coronavirus, especially in Madrid, Spain. They're rioting in the streets because they've shut the economy down in Madrid, Spain. Macron is talking about shutting down France. Other European nations look like are Italy and some of the others are seeing another major spike, even stronger than the first round. So we're starting to see Russia now shutting down parts of Russia. They thought they were over it. They thought they had a vaccine that would work. Apparently it's not working, and they're shutting down cities. Things are starting to get very eerie out there. So, wow. And I think about these things, and I watch what's going on, and the Lord said to me, look, this plague will pass, but more will come. And I'm thinking, so in other words, is this is like the new world we're in? A world of disease, a world of famine? Look at the food shortages. What does this all mean? It's getting very dangerous out there. Everybody hit the thumbs up right now. Drive the algorithms insane. I'm going to share some from the Bible. This massive ash that's falling in California is even puzzling the scientists, the climatologists, the meteorologists, the volcanologists, the seismologists, all of the ophthalmologists, the urologists, the cardiologist, the psychologist, the theologist. I mean, all of them are freaking out over this, and we have no explanation other than the intensity of the heat, the flashpoint of judgment, someone said. It could very well be that, Norleen. It could very well be that. I mean, that's insanity to even think that way, but what can you do? It is coming. Judgment is coming. And America and the world, this isn't about America, guys. This is about the world. It really is. We're talking about the world now. Where will you be? Where will you be if the Lord was to come? Where would you be if this was it? Would you be left here to face the wrath of God? Would you be left behind? Well, we're still quite a ways maybe from that because of other events that are coming forth now, as you can see. But we're not that far. Matter of fact, we're not that far at all. So you need to be praying the Lord to shelter you from the storm.
You can manage your team.
You need to be sheltered from the storm. I don't have Brock with me today. He had an appointment to go to today, so I decided to do today's show in my office here where I study. Are you serious? Shelter me, Lord. Yeah. We need prayer. Psalms 91. We need coffee. What? The earth can shake, the sky come down, the mountains all fall to the ground, but I will fear. I'm gonna go get coffee. None of those things. Got to. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Dark waters rise, the thunder pounds, the wheels of war are going round, and all the walls are crumbling. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Hide me underneath your wings. Hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover me. The world can shake, but Lord, I'm making you my hiding place. The wind will blow, the rain can pour, the deluge break, the tempest roars. But in that storm, my spirit sings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Hide me underneath your wings. Hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover me. The world can shake, but Lord, I'm making you my hiding place. Now on that day, you call for me. Yeah. Someday when time no more shall be, I say, death, where is your sting? Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Somebody praise the Lord. Everybody hit the thumbs up. The King of Kings is coming, and I've got a fresh cup of coffee. It's going to be all right. Hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover me. The world can shake, but Lord, I'm making you my hiding place. Now on that day, you call for me. Someday when time no more shall be, when I say death, where is your sting? Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Robo-Mom, take cover! The ash is falling! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That Shelter Me, Lord, Underneath Your Wings. That's in my brand new music CD, The Journey. You might want to get a copy of that. And also, if you do, or if you purchase anything actually, or place any order for anything that I ship to you, we will send to you not only the product you order, but also the Psalms 91:10 mask, and also some hand sanitizers, as long as both supplies last, okay? All right. Wow, it's good to see everybody here, over 1,300 of you. Welcome to the broadcast. Yes, the ash is falling. It's free falling, free falling all over California, Santa Rosa, California. The ash is falling, and it looks like a biblical situation when you think about it. Incredible, actually. I'm going to look in the book of Joel just for a moment here to get a feel for this. But what we're seeing here is what the Bible said would happen in the last days. And it's throughout the scriptures. You could talk about it, but the pillars of smoke specifically is mentioned by Joel in Joel 2 when he said these words. Joel 2 says, Joel 2:28, and it shall come to pass afterwards that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. The young men shall see visions. And upon my servants and handmaidens in those days will I pour out my spirit. And I will show wonders in the heaven and in the earth. I will show wonders in the heaven and in the earth. So I'm thinking about this ash. Nobody's ever seen ash that big. Not even from volcano eruptions. So God says, I will show wonders in the heaven and on earth. Blood, fire, and pillars of smoke. What? The sun shall be turned into darkness, the moon into blood. All of this has happened in California this fall, before the great and terrible day of the Lord come. That just makes chills run all over you, but he's saying everything that we're seeing, you will see before the terrible day of the Lord comes. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. That's why we give an altar call every live broadcast. Even every video I say you need to give your life to Jesus Christ. 15,000 videos that I have on YouTube. About 99% of them I say, give your life to Jesus Christ, or I give a live altar call. That's 225 million views. People are the word is going to get out. It's going to get out. The gospel, when this gospel is preached into all the world for a witness unto all nations, then shall the end come. It's getting close, folks. And now you got the blood, the fire, the pillars of smoke, the ash, the plumes, the fumes, the smoke, the toxins. And it says here, and it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion, Zion is calling to a higher place to praise, to stand upon God's mountain and to magnify his name. Tell all the people and nations that he reigns. Zion is calling us to a higher place to praise. Oh, it's coming, guys. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance. That's when Jesus Christ went to the cross and set the captives free. And as he returns again, it is the landing spot. It is the welcoming mat for the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, for Alpha and Omega, the beginning, the end, the first and the last. And get this, and as the Lord has said, and in the remnant, who? The remnant whom the Lord shall call. We already know 144,000 Jews will be saved. They're even numbered at 12,000 of all the 12 tribes of Israel. But there's a whole lot more that's going to be saved, folks. The Bible tells us, John said, I saw a number coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. I saw a number that no man could number. What? Oh, yes. Oh, praise God. 1,400 of you with us live on YouTube today. Let me tell you what else is going on, though. The ash is falling in California. The Americans are in a state of indecisiveness. The whole economy is going to be kind of frozen for about the next 33, 34 days as we come up on the election. We do have some information out of Israel right now. I've got some information that will blow your mind, but I can't say. I was on the phone with this morning. I was on the phone with a prominent individual out of Jerusalem who's going to be making a major announcement soon. And I told him what I heard, the rumor and all that, and he said to me, I'm not ready to announce it yet, but when I am, I will let you know. And I'll share it with the world, including on your show. Okay. So I gave my word. I'll sit back and wait, but this announcement is coming very soon. Huge. I'll let you know when it's going to happen. But it's huge. And it's a prophecy alert, actually. And Heidi had prophesied this, and it's coming. Looks like it's coming. We'll see what happens. But the announcement's coming soon. So having said that, Israel and Lebanon are for the first time talking to each other in 30 years. Let me go to that article right now because this is amazing, really. For the first time in 30 years, Israel and Lebanon are at least talking. They're going to try to discuss the maritime dispute that the two nations have had. Israel's energy minister confirmed that the two sides would be talking, and the United States is going to mediate the talks. For the first time in 30 years, Israel and Lebanon will hold direct talks on the resolution of their maritime border dispute. The talks between the two otherwise hostile countries with no diplomatic ties will be mediated by the United States and hosted by the Office of the United Nations Special Coordinator for Lebanon. So at the UN building, probably in Lebanon is where it sounds like it's going to be at, or in the UN building in New York, in a special room, the United States, Israel, and officials from Lebanon are going to get together to discuss the maritime issues. What this means, it's the oil. The oil that's setting off the coast of Israel and Lebanon is so much, it's worth billions and billions and billions of dollars. Israel wants to go ahead and start drilling for it and pulling it out. But they don't want a war with Lebanon over this. It's so close to each border. I think there's actually some oil on both sides. Lebanon is in no condition to go out and drill in the Mediterranean. They don't have any money. Look, their government resigned. They got explosions going on in the port of Beirut. Then they had massive fires going on in the port of Beirut. And actually, Tuesday, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu gave a speech on video to the UN showing where Hezbollah has weapons depot hidden next to civilians' residence and gas stations and a drugstore right in the heart of Lebanon. In other words, using civilians as human shields. And Netanyahu showed it on a map. And I talked about this in a video I did last night, specifically on that subject. You need to watch that. So Lebanon's in no shape. So I think what's happening right now is Israel's approaching them saying, look, we want to drill this oil. We don't want to leave you guys out. Let's sit down and talk this over. Even though we don't even have an agreement with each other on anything. They don't even have embassies. They don't even speak. Okay, let's work this out so we can have some cash flow flowing in your direction. And we'll drill the oil. But at the same time, we're going to need some security protection of this oil drilling. And you're not able to provide it. You got Hezbollah running all over the place. And you got Iran funding this whole thing. And they're coming in and putting it in there. So let us come in and help protect you. So right now, somebody in Lebanon, if anybody had if whoever the leaders are in Lebanon, if they can get a clear head and work with the Israelis, they can no longer be held hostage by Hezbollah. Financially, they can start getting some serious revenue, which will fund their economy. And so this is an incredible situation. So what I'm saying is, this is what we're saying. You've already got nations stepping up and making a covenant with Israel. 5 of them have this year. 2 others already had, which was Jordan and Egypt. The UAE broke the barrier when they crossed the line and became the major economically strong country to do a deal with Israel. Along came Bahrain, then Serbia, and then Kosovo, and then, of course, Mali in Africa. So now you have 7 nations that have covenants with Israel. And guess what? The premier of Kuwait died yesterday. He didn't want to do a deal with Israel, but his replacement does. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that timing quite interesting? So look out. Now you're going to see Kuwait start to step up and work out some kind of arrangement. We already heard that Saudi Arabia in back channels are working on a deal. Morocco in the back channels have been working with Jared Kushner on a deal. And other nations, okay? So Qatar's working on it. Oman is working on it. I can't even think of all the countries. So you're seeing the covenant with many happening, and now even Lebanon might get in, which would really anger the Iranians, who use Lebanon as a way to funnel, not only put funds and put rocket ships and thousands of rockets into Hezbollah in Lebanon to threaten Israel, but also they use the Lebanese as a route to channel in their rockets into Gaza to the Hamas. That would cut those routes off. This would beyond anger Iran. And Iran is being squeezed every way possible. Guys, listen to me. If Joe Biden wins the election, he won't just enter back in with the Paris Accord. He'll re-enter the Iranian nuke deal that Obama signed. He'll sabotage everything Israel's doing and empower the Iranians. I'm just telling you. He says it. Now, if Trump wins, then the process will continue right along with Bible prophecy. If Biden wins, then we have a shift in Bible prophecy, a delay in one side, but an acceleration on the rise of the beast on the other side. So you're going to see, we're living in biblical prophetic times like never before, and people need to be aware of that. Let me tell you something what they're saying. For the first time in 30 years, Israel and Lebanon will hold direct talks on this resolution of the maritime situation. Those negotiations are over 860 square kilometer area of the Mediterranean Sea near Israel's natural gas fields. They are scheduled to begin later this month in southern Lebanese city near the country's border with Israel. Formal news of the pending negotiations is viewed as the latest Middle East success for the Trump administration with regard to Israel's relations with its neighbors. It comes in the aftermath of 2 U.S. brokered normalization deals between Israel and the Arab countries of Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates. And today's announcement is a vital step toward the that serves the interests of Lebanon and Israel and the entire region and of the United States. As U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said, both countries have requested that the United States participate as mediators and facilitators in the maritime discussion. So even Lebanon wants the United States to come and help negotiate this because they want to make sure they get paid. Because you let anybody else involved and they'll just rob, and Lebanon won't get their money from the royalty stream. This will secure that they will get a royalty stream because America is strong military, can protect the area and make sure it happens. They've seen how we protected the oil fields for the Kurds and even though Russia, Syria, and Turkey has been chomping at the bit to get to the oil wells up there in Kurdistan, up in among the Kurds, can't get past the United States Marine Corps. Just cannot get, you're not going to get there. And so these guys are smart enough to understand it. It's a financial arrangement that could bring peace, but we all know that that peace it brings will only be temporary until the Prince of Peace comes. It will only be temporary, which follows biblical prophecy as we move forward. I want to thank all of you for being with us today. 1,719 of you gathered already on our YouTube channel. Get some coffee, everybody. This is a very powerful broadcast. And Mike from around the world will be with us tonight. And I want to say this. I forgot to say this. But Heidi did a phenomenal Patreon. It was the best Patreon we have. She did it. It's about 33 minutes. I think it's 32 minutes and 19 seconds or something like that. It's a long video, but she explains how this new digital biometric identification, it's called the digital ID. It uses biometric. It uses your DNA to help create an ID. This is right out of the pages of the Mark of the Beast. And she put it on Patreon because there was no way to put it on this channel or any open forum. So if you haven't joined our Patreon channel, please do that today and watch that video. Matter of fact, you're not just getting access to that video. You're getting access to all of my videos that's been on there for over 2.5 years that are all tremendous, unexplained conspiracy, prophecies, unclassified stuff that's been released, all kinds of great research in those videos. Those are videos I can't put here. Check it out. But there's something else I want to share with you. If you've got the app, you already know this. The app is amazing. It's getting an update every day, very frequently. Forget Drudge, because you can go read all the left-wing hate against Trump and against the Christians and against everybody else and all that garbage. Or you can go to my app, which is the new Apocalypse app, and download it on your phone or your computer. Once you download it, it's available for all of your devices. And just get that, okay? Just get that. It's only $6 a month, but get that. But here's the thing we just launched, and we told you we were going to do this. We said we're going to launch out into other platforms. We were approached by an organization, said, we would love to have you, and we'll give you your own server access and your own name. And so we've agreed to it. It's called www.paulbegley.tv. That's www.paulbegley.tv, in which we'll be putting exclusive content on there. And it's absolutely uncensored. Now, even Patreon has some censorship, some things. We get by with it. We can just about say anything, but we can't say everything. But this is an incredible new channel called www.paulbegley.tv. You just go ahead and Google it, www.paulbegley.tv. Get this. I did my first interview for it. We just opened the channel today. I don't even know if there may not be anybody even subscribed yet. The subscriptions are only, and they wanted them to be higher, but I got them down lower to $3.99 a month, or you can pay a one-time fee for the year, I think of $29.99 for a whole year. So in other words, you get 2 months free. I'm going to put uncensored interviews and uncensored information on that channel that's deeper. I mean, we're going deep state and deeper on everything. My first interview is with Josh Peck, an exclusive 51-minute interview with Josh Peck. And Josh Peck works for Tom Horn over at Skywatch TV. Some of you know who he is. You're not going to believe this, but it's on human trafficking. He has spent over a year and a half in research. The information is insane. He's frank. He tells you the way it is on human trafficking. And I'm just going to say this because I can't even say anymore. Go to that channel and read what it says he talks about, including Epstein and what went on there. That's all I can say. It's 51 minutes, and that I'm going to keep putting those exclusive interviews uncensored on that channel. It's called www.paulbegley.tv. Can you guys put that in? Josh Peck is amazing. First of all, if you don't know who he is, he's incredible. His child has recovered from cancer. This young man is a brilliant mind. I've spoken conferences where he's also been a speaker before. I had him on my show about a year ago, I think. But check it out, guys. I'm going to put the link up there if I can. Where's my link? Give me 1 second, then I'll move on here with some more information. But I had to get this to you. If anybody's got the link, RoboMom says, Pastor, I sent articles to Heidi's Messenger. Okay, RoboMom, thank you. Thank you. But I'll check that out. Where's this at? Does anybody got the link to paulbegleytv.com or .tv? It's www, let's do it right, www.paulbegley.tv. That's it. www.paulbegley.tv. All right, here it is. Let me grab it and put it in the chat room for you guys real fast. I'm excited about it because it's I don't have to worry. It's completely uncensored. Thank God. And so now I've got it, and pretty soon I'll be doing little 2-minute videos on the app, okay? Which will be, oh, of course, that's all uncensored as well. But okay, where am I at, guys? Where's? Oh, here it is. Okay, you guys are all beating me to it. Thank you, Melissa, and thank you, Ms. ZD, and Love and Obey, and all of you. Yeah, there it is. www.paulbegley.tv. That's www.paulbegley.tv. Join it, guys. It's only $3.99 a month, or just go ahead and get the 1 year, and that way you get 2 months free. You're gonna love the Josh Peck. If that was the only thing I did was the 51-minute interview with Josh Peck, talking pizza, I can't say no more. Okay? Uncut, uninterrupted, uncensored, unbridled, unafraid. Great interview. Maybe the greatest interview I've ever done, because we could be so free. Check it out. Whew. Can't wait to get Mike from around the world to come on there. Oh, it's only $2.99? Okay, I even had that wrong. $2.99. Okay, it's $2.99. Okay. I can't even remember. Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. It's $2.99. All right. Or I think it's $29 or something like that for a year. All right, so you get 2 months free. That's right. It's $2.99, guys. So check it out. It's easy. All right. JD says, I'm going to go subscribe right now. You should, and then watch. It's called, you just watch the interview with Josh Peck on Silent Cry. Let me move on here a little bit, guys. Besides the ash falling in California and the Israeli talks with Lebanon, there's some more big things happening in the Ukraine. Now, remember, the president brought up to Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, in the debate, and Hunter Biden and Joe Biden's relationships deep within the governments of Ukraine and China, and apparently Russia now, because we know that Hunter Biden got a $3.5 million wire transfer from the widow and the mayor of Moscow. So what's happened today, last night, a woman, a U.S. embassy staffer in Ukraine, was found dead in a park next to the railroad tracks. She had been beaten to death. She was a U.S. ambassador staffer. Okay. I just find it weird that that happened the very next night after the debate. That's all I can say. I don't know anything else to say. The report is disturbing. Of course, I don't know who the woman is. And a lot of times these diplomats, they just don't give their names out, of course, for protection of their family. But the Ukrainian authorities are investigating it. The shocking, mysterious death of a U.S. embassy employee that happened Wednesday night. So far, all that is known is that the woman was found lying unconscious near the railroad tracks in a park near the city center of Kiev, Ukraine. She's the victim of a brutal attack, given she had a head injury. She succumbed to her wounds later that night at a nearby hospital, after which investigators found her ID, indicating she was employed by the U.S. Embassy in the Ukrainian capital of Kiev. The U.S. Embassy in Kiev subsequently confirmed this. An American member of its staff has been murdered under unknown circumstances. So I just throw that out there. It's a strange thing. The timing's real strange. What does it all mean? I can't tell you. I don't have a clue. Okay? And I won't speculate either. I just have no idea. But that is strange. So sad. Pray for her family. It's a horrible thing. You know, these diplomats, you have to pray for them. The staffers, all of them. They operate in the dark. They operate discreetly. They can't really even hardly let their families know what they do. And a lot of times if they're killed, it doesn't even get reported. I guarantee you the mainstream media is not reporting this. I'm telling you. And this is why you come here, because you can't get no truth anywhere. And I would give you a lot more if I could be given the right to say it. That's why I have to have my app so that you can go read the articles that I get my hands on from our great researchers, like my son, Bart Begley, and Agent 2020, and Brock Begley, and Heidi Begley. I even put 2 or 3 on there a day. And other people who send stuff in that come up against something that's just outrageous. And a lot of times it's not articles. We get people who send us photographs and information, firsthand information, and we still can't bring that out because of the sensitivity of it. That's changing. For instance, there's an interview going to be going on on www.paulbegley.tv. Heidi interviewed a lady over a year ago who's an SRA, okay? She was a satanic ritual abuse victim. Heidi interviewed her a year ago. We've never released it because you can't put it on this forum. No way. Because it's just too graphic and too intense. We have the interview, and we're going to put it on paulbegley.tv, okay? It'll blow your mind. Stuff like that. Let me just tell you what's going on here also. Besides this happened, JP Morgan Bank, 500 employees received illegal funds from the relief funds, the COVID thing. Remember, they were sending out money to small businesses, loans to small businesses. Well, now they have found that JP Morgan Chase Bank, at least 500 of their employees got paid from a fund that's supposed to go to small businesses. So that's going to hit the fan soon. And so keep an eye on that as that continues. And then also, Emmanuel Macron over in France, he is blaming Azerbaijan for attacking Armenia. He's also saying Turkey's involved, and they are. Matter of fact, let me just read an article here. Here's what they're saying about this. French President Emmanuel Macron blames Azerbaijan for starting the conflict with Armenia. The French President Emmanuel Macron voiced his solidarity with Armenia Christians amid its conflict with Azerbaijan over the disputed Upper Karabakh region, claiming that it was Azerbaijan last weekend, and it's true, last Sunday, that started this conflict. And Emmanuel Macron called on Azerbaijan and Armenia to end the conflict unconditionally, adding that he had discussed this issue with the Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, and I'm saying his name totally wrong. Are you serious? Azerbaijan President Ilham Aliyev. That was close. He said, I wanted these attacks to end. I explicitly condemned these disproportionate attacks, he said in a news conference visiting Lafayette. Something has been happening since July, he said, evidently referring to the martyring of 12 Azerbaijani soldiers and the wounding of 4 others when Armenia launched a border attack that month, back in July. Okay. Macron says it was determined that the attacks on Sunday came from Azerbaijan, claiming Macron, both sides must comply with this ceasefire. Border clashes broke out early Sunday morning when Armenian forces who seized the Karabakh region back in 1991 during a war between the two countries were attacked, and civilian settlements and military positions and multiple civilians were killed by the Azerbaijan offensive. He said he would also discuss this issue with U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Putin is on the side of Azerbaijan. America is on the side of Armenia. Turkey's on the side of Azerbaijan, and Turkey's even helping in the offensive using tanks, F-16 fighter jets, and killer drones on the civilians and the soldiers of Armenia. So, like I said, every time I go to Israel, there's an Armenian restaurant there in the old city that I go eat at. Heidi and I go. If we're there 12 days, we'll go eat three dinners there because it's just so good. They're Armenian Christians, and they're just wonderful people, especially on the Sabbath, on the Shabbat, because nobody cooks any food in Jerusalem during Shabbat. I'll go over there and have lunch and dinner with them because they do cook on the Sabbath. So please don't get mad at me, anybody out there. But that's what's going on, guys. It's kind of crazy what we're into here. But these are the things that are happening around the world right now, that this is just part of what's going on. And you're seeing it play out right before your very eyes. Biblical prophecy is unfolding right before our very, very eyes. And we want to keep people aware of it. Also, Elon Musk made an announcement yesterday on Twitter. I was sitting there reading it. Elon Musk said, there is no way in this world he is going to take the vaccine if Biden becomes president. He said that guy is a knucklehead. And then he said it about Bill Gates. Called Bill Gates a knucklehead also. So Elon Musk, and I can tell you right now, 81% of America already said they don't want the vaccine. Did you know it's that high? 81% of us say no because we don't trust it. All right? So it's crazy, but that's where we're at right now. It's just amazing what's going on. Oh, look who is showing up. Look who's showing up right now. Sweetheart, thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you hear me out there?
Oh, I hear a lot of things.
Uh-oh. All right, darling.
I'll trade you.
Okay, thank you so much, darling. Thank you.
You are welcome.
Wonderful breakfast, too. I was bragging on your breakfast. This is the Hagman. The Hagman and Hagman, Watchmen Unleashed. That's back when, unfortunately, Joe, who's already passed on, this is when they had their cups. Really good cup. But Doug Hagman's going to be one of our speakers in Deep State Uncovered. So get ready for that. Anyway, let me tell you what else is going on real fast. Macron's, and speaking of COVID, it's crazy what's going on in Spain. Plus, I want to tell you more about the mail-in ballots, the bungled ballot disaster. That and a whole lot more information out of Russia, Spain, all over the place. More information. I'll be right back, guys. Let's get a song. We'll be right back with more here on the Coming Apocalypse. I can't believe the first hour's over. I mean, and you're probably, and I haven't even looked at the earthquakes yet. Can I do that? And space weather when we get back as well? What? Seems like something biblical is going on, guys, with the signs of the second coming of Christ. And there's no doubt about that. Sometimes I wonder, Paul Begley trying to do his technology. Isn't it kind of eerie when Paul Begley does technology? Oh, they got a commercial on here from Pocahontas? What?
I was walking home from school on a cold and winter day. Took a shortcut through the woods and I lost my way. It was getting late and I was scared and alone. Then a kind old man took me by the hand and he led me home. Mama couldn't see him, but she was standing there. I knew in my heart he was an answer to my prayer. Oh, I believe there are angels among us, sent down to us from somewhere up above. They come to you in our darkest hours, they show us how to live. They teach us how to give, to guide us with the light of love.
Oh, yes.
When life held troubled times, had me down on my knees, there's always been someone to come and comfort me. A kind word from a stranger to lend a helping hand. A phone call from a friend just to say I understand. Ain't it kind of funny, in the dark end of the road, someone lit the way with just a single ray of hope. I believe there are angels among us, sent down to us from somewhere up above. They come to you in your darkest hours. They show us how to live. They teach us how to give. Guide us with the light of love.
Yeah.
They wear so many faces, show up in the
Strangest places.
grace us with
your mercy in our time of need. I believe there's angels among us, guys. I really do. I believe there are angels among us. I believe there are angels among us. Oh, I believe there are. I love this wonderful time with you guys. I believe there are angels among us. That's a great song. And you know, that was originally recorded by Alabama back in the early 90s. Can you believe that? Robo-Mom, the time is getting away. Miss CD's out there, Love and Obey's out there, Melissa's out there, Susan's out there, Michelle's out there, everybody else is out there. And let's talk about what else is going on. A 4.9 earthquake hit Westmoreland, California. And guys, you talk about shaking and quaking. This 4.9 earthquake was only 11.5 kilometers deep. But since it hit, there has been a massive amount of earthquakes. Even before that, Westmoreland, California was just rocking. I mean, rocking. I think over 100 earthquakes of 2.5 or higher in Westmoreland, California. Where's that at? Right down at the bottom of the southern tip of California, right near the Mexican border. And here's what's important. Remember what Mike from Around the World said about the cracks. We talked about the cracks in Mexico, opening up for over 2 kilometers. Then I got information from firsthand information from some of our viewers that there's cracks like that also between Tucson and Phoenix, Arizona. And then Mike said, listen, Southern California, the danger is it will completely crack, that even San Diego will go up like this. It's an incredible thing to imagine and even think of. I don't even want to think of it. I go to... Look, my son used to live in Southern California there in San Diego. He lived in San Diego for a while. He lived in Carlsbad for a while. It's just a beautiful, this place area is beautiful. I hate to even think about that breaking off. But look, guys, there's just way too many earthquakes. So let's just take a look at the earthquake map real fast because we had a 5.1 earthquake in the Philippines. The Westmoreland, California, 3.0, 2.7, 3.7, 3.1, 3.0, 2.9, all in Westmoreland, California. Also, Brawley, California had a 2.9. Then we had a Circleville, Utah with a 2.8. And then 3.0, 3.5, 3.1, 2.6, 2.7, 3.0, 3.1, 4.4, 3.5, 3.2, 3.3, 2.7, 3.0, 2.5, 2.6, 3.0, 2.5, 3.0, 2.5, 2.5, 2.7, 3.7, 2.5, all in Westmoreland, California. And all of them less than 10 kilometers. Some of them 3 kilometers. So they're layers of earthquakes. Layers. Now, while that's going on, there was a 4.4 earthquake hit Spain, a 4.5 hit El Salvador, and Puerto Rico had a 2.9, and then it was a 2.6 in Westmoreland, California, and then a 4.9. This one really shook Westmoreland, California. The U.S. Geological Survey even highlighted it in red. This was a powerful quake. But after it, listen to this, 3.7, 3.4, 3.1, 3.3, 3.3, 3.1, 3.3, 3.1, 4.2, 2.8, 3.1, 3.0, 3.3, 2.7, 3.1, 2.7, 2.7, 3.2, 3.0, 3.0, 2.6, 2.5, 3.0, 2.6, 4.1, 3.2, 3.4, 3.4, 2.6, 2.7, 4.1, 3.6, 3.2, 2.9, all Westmoreland, California. It's like that's the epicenter of the apocalypse, Westmoreland, California. Then we had a 6.4 powerful quake in Tonga, and that was like almost midnight last night. And Heidi says, hey, we just had a 6.7 at that time. It was 6.7. She said, and there's buoys going off in the ocean. There is potential tsunami. And I was in bed laying there saying, I can't get up and do a video on this. I just can't. I'm just too tired. Pray there's no tsunami, okay? And I just can't get up. I just can't. And 2.8, 3.2, 2.9, all in Westmoreland, California. Also 2.9, Stanley, Idaho. 3.5, 2.8, 2.7, 2.5, 2.9, 2.6, 3.1, 2.6, 2.9, 2.5. I mean, do I need to continue? Westmoreland, California, shaking and quaking. The devil's back is breaking. My mind is aching. They're not faking. They might have to even get some type of way to create a life rafts for whatever's going on down there. Dangerous, dangerous southern. We've been talking about this. Southern California. We got to talk to Mike from around the world. Is it over? Is this thing going to break off sooner rather than later? I don't know. But wow. Meanwhile, let's go to spaceweather.com because it's here's what's going on there. First of all, good news. The winds are starting to slow down now on the surface of the sun at 522 kilometers per second. The subsiding chance of storms then. Earth is now finally exiting the stream of solar wind. I don't know about you, but my joints were killing me. People were telling me everywhere how they were hurting so bad. Migraine headaches were everywhere. Finally, it's going to start to fade out. Tonight, we got a full moon called the harvest moon. The harvest moon is the full moon closest to the northern equinox. Long ago, farmers depended on the light of the harvest moon to gather the ripening crops. And here in Indiana, man, they are gathering in all the soybean. Corn is being picked. Just a beautiful time here in northern Indiana. Also, the auroras are still powerful. Only 8 fireballs last night, but did you see one of them? Did you see the one that hit Ohio? I did a video on it late last night and show it to you. That thing was huge over Ohio. Incredible fireball caught on a dash cam in Ohio. And oh, by the way, asteroids, I told you there was 9 of them, near-Earth objects, near-Earth asteroids to the Earth in a 48-hour period. Well, 3 have already gone by. 6 will go by today. 6 asteroids. 2 of them are going to come within, are highlighted as potentially dangerous by NASA. One's called 2020 SW6. The other one's 2020 SN6. They both are going to miss us by about 2.5 lunar distance. But 6 asteroids going by the Earth today. It's a high, look, we're in this galactical plane. We've been here for a couple years, but now I think those clusters of asteroids are definitely coming. You can't hide it. They're exploding over Ohio. They're exploding over Australia. They're exploding over New Mexico. They're exploding over Brazil. We're seeing more and more and more of this. And as Mike around the world said, soon this won't even be, look, there's no way to hide it, okay? There's just going to be no way to hide it because the asteroids will just continue to hit in so many different ways. And then you heard Steve Quayle when we interviewed Steve Quayle yesterday, you know, and also I interviewed Stan Deyo yesterday at 4 o'clock. And Stan really believes that the Russians or the Chinese could very well be setting those wildfires out there in the West Coast using laser beam technology from space. He admitted that we do not have our electrical grid completely protected, by no means, and everybody's worried about an EMP explosion. It's just crazy. And yeah, James McKay's right. End of the world, doomsday preacher says Earth will explode in Bible prophecy claim. That's correct. There's a big article on that, came out yesterday. I actually have it right here. Brock printed it out for me, but there's the headline. And I did. And actually it's because it's 2 Peter chapter 3 explains that the earth will melt with a fervent heat, that even the air will be on fire. It will explode. And matter of fact, now even scientists are admitting it will happen. Now they think it's going to happen 50 million years from now. I don't. I mean, Jesus is coming. You know, he sets up a millennial reign for 1,000 years. So we'll get, you know, but Jesus is coming very soon. Then you get to your 1,000-year reign. And then, of course, the earth will melt with fervent heat. And even Jesus said, heaven and earth will pass away, but my word abideth forever. So it's not 50 million years out. But they agree it will happen. Scientifically, they know it's coming. Biblically, we know it's coming. And so if you want to check out that article, I think you can find it over at the UK Express. It's a very good article. Steve Quayle was making mention of it yesterday a little bit. But they use a lot of scriptures, and they actually prove what I said. So you're right, James McKay. It's quite amazing what's going on out there, guys. The world understands. I might be called the doomsday preacher, but I'm not preaching doomsday. I'm preaching resurrection day. I'm preaching the dead in Christ are going to rise first. I'm preaching rapture, the church being caught up forever to be with the Lord, change in the moment of a twinkling of an eye. I'm not preaching doomsday. I'm preaching a glorious day. Okay, I think wasn't it Casting Crowns that sung the song that it's a glorious day? Okay, it's glorious, and that's what we're talking about here. Wow, amen. Oh, by the way, it's 106 degrees in Arizona, and see what I'm saying? That you got a heat wave out west, and you got the cool coming down. Just crazy. We're preaching the coming of Jesus Christ. We're preaching the second coming of Christ. Are you serious? Oh, by the way, Spain on lockdown. They've locked down Madrid. They have completely shut down the economy in Madrid, Spain, and the people have taken to the streets. They've literally taken to the streets in chaos, violence, erupting, looting, destruction, burning down buildings, shooting. It's absolutely off the charts. Very dangerous what's taking place right now in Madrid, Spain, because they don't want to wear a mask. They're tired of it. And so what's happened though, the cases of the virus have increased. And so they're taking the Joe Biden approach. And that's just shut everything down. That's what they're going to do now. Just shut everything down. And it's not just Madrid, Spain. Russia's doing it now. Okay? And you're going to see some more European nations do it. And just like Biden said, Joe Biden, if he wins, he said that's what he's going to do too. And that's why he's trying to say he's blaming Trump, because Trump didn't fully shut everything all the way down. And he said if he had, then it would be over. I don't think that's true at all, but that's my opinion. That is what his opinion is. And so if he wins, that's what we're going to get, a complete shutdown of the economy. And if Trump wins, we're going to keep the economy open. But either way, the COVID or the virus isn't going to go away worldwide. It's still out there. And oh, by the way, Heidi was telling me back in the days of 2008, when we had what was the name of that flu? Was it the swine flu? Was that it? 2008, was that the swine flu? She was working in the hospitals then, and she said that it was horrible, and people were dying everywhere. And they had to keep track of every person that died from the swine flu. And it had to be sent into the government, and the government was keeping track of it. Yes, the swine flu or H1N1, right. Same thing. Swine flu, or also known as, thank you, Alicia, you're right, H1N1. Heidi was working in the hospital then at that time, and they had to keep track of the deaths. But she said at a certain point, about halfway through it, and this is under the Obama administration, the President of the United States and the federal government said, stop counting. No more counting. Just if they die, they die. We don't want to know what they died from. Don't tell us. We don't want to know. So the media quit talking about it. And the numbers stopped at around 100,000 Americans dead from the H1N1 swine flu. But Heidi said, and so is another nurse now confirming this somewhere out in El Paso, Texas, that was talking to Agent 2020, saying that the exact same thing, saying that they told them to stop counting. Heidi said people kept dying. And so, look, and there's other nurses out there to confirm this. So really, we lost as much or more. What I'm trying to say is, we lost more people to the swine flu, but we just don't know what that number is because we stopped counting. Than we've lost in COVID. We never even shut the economy down. We never even put a mask on. We didn't even tell people to wash their hands. We lost a couple 100,000 people. And so this is why I'm trying to say that in comparison, they're about the same. It's just that you don't know anything about the H1N1 because it was not really well covered because the government didn't want it covered, okay? So you see the different approaches to things. Oh, by the way, Moscow just announced they're sending workers home. Putin said, send everybody home, let them work from home if they can, because of the rise of the virus again. There's another wave, what they're calling the second wave. It seems to be spreading pretty rapidly now in Russia again, and also in Europe. So we got that going on. Also, while that's going on, there is a situation developing as well. And hang on just 1 second. I'll get that. Where'd that go? Give me one moment. I hope I didn't lose that article here. I had it. Is this it? Well, anyway, I lost it. I'll get it back. But yeah, back to this ash again that started the whole program. You've seen how big that ash is. That's bigger than 2 hands. That's falling from the sky near the Santa Rosa, California area from the fires, which means pieces of bark is going up in the air. That means pieces of wood, trees, everything, buildings. And the updraft from the fires sucking the oxygen it needs to burn is literally pulling these large pieces of burning debris thousands of feet in the air and then dropping it down on Santa Rosa, and they're pieces of ash bigger than 2 hands. We've never seen nothing like it. You don't even see that in a volcano. You won't even see that in an eruption of a volcano. It's just unbelievable what we see going on right now. And it's creating chaos. It's creating confusion. It's bringing fear and phobias and hopefully faith to some people that we're living in a dangerous time. California needs rain. There's no other way. The firefighters are exhausted. 29 people have died from the fires. 7,000 buildings and homes have been burnt to the ground. The 5 of the top 6 biggest fires in the state's history burning simultaneously. There's not been, it's an inferno. It's Dante's Inferno out there. And the only thing we can do now is pray for rain. Because I'm telling you, the firefighters are doing everything they can. Helicopters have crashed. Airplanes have crashed. Firefighters have died. They're injured, hospitalized. They can't beat this thing. You can't beat it. We need rain, 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 rain. And so, and I know what's going to happen when it rains. Mudslides from the burnt hills because the trees have burned up. That's the second problem. It happened in 2018 or 2017. It's liable to happen again in 2017. And, but you got to have rain to put this out, guys. You just got to have rain. Okay? That's how dangerous it's got. God bless all 1,700 of you with us live here today, trying to keep up with all the current events that are happening so fast, the shootings that are going on. I don't even want to talk about that. And all the other chaos and the anger, and churches looks like, and guys, get ready. Pastors, get ready. They're going to, especially if, I'm just being honest, nobody get mad at me. I'm not being political here. This is what Joe Biden said. If he wins, he's going to shut this economy down. It's not just the economy, guys. He's going to shut the churches down. He has to. In his mind, he has to. He has to shut the churches, he thinks. He has to shut the schools, restaurants. Everything's going to be on lockdown, basically. And so what I'm saying to the pastors out there, prepare your flock, prepare yourselves. Because I think the first time around, the church world went along with everything and tried to work with everybody. But this time around, I don't see that being the case as much. And I think you're going to see people really in a state of confusion. Don't start throwing rocks at one another. Each church is in a different situation and a different type of communities. So, but at the same, so we need to be respectful, but at the same time, we can't give up our freedoms and just roll over, okay? The church is necessary. Christianity is vital to the establishment of this nation and the longevity of this nation. It's vital. The church is vital. It is beyond necessity. It is vital. So I'm praying for all the prayer warriors out there to pray and seek God's face on this, because we really need to pray. We don't need our churches shut down. I think if that happens, it really puts a hurt on us. It really put a hurt on us, guys. I'm talking spiritually. Spiritually, it puts a major hurt on this nation if we are not at church, gathering in the name of the Lord and praying one for another. It's really a time like none of us want to see this time that we're living in. Can I just check on the earthquakes? Because I'm still concerned about Westmoreland, California, and the whole Southern California thing. This is like 100 and some earthquakes in Westmoreland, California. Not just the 4.9, but there was also a 5.3 in Alaska, 6.0 in Papua New Guinea, 6.0, 5.1 in Greece, 4.5 in Fiji, 4.5 in Fiji. But Westmoreland, I didn't even share with you about another third of earthquakes. It's just off the charts. Concerned about Southern California. Look at California. Southern California is shaking and quaking, and the rest of the state is on fire. And then Oregon. Look at Portland. The chaos, the carnage, the craziness, the confusion, the contempt. And then look at Washington State. They've been dealing with it. We're out of control. New Zealand with an earthquake. And in Tulsa, Oklahoma, they just got rid of the police. They defunded the police. And look at Minneapolis. In Milwaukee last night, shootings like crazy. In Kenosha. Chicago last weekend, 53 people shot. New York, crime rate up 200% in murders. What's wrong is sin. What's wrong is man's hearts are on evil. It's not racism. This is beyond race. This is people. We're all people. And people are filled with anger, and they're filled with hate, and they're filled with confusion and chaos and fear. And they're reacting in a way that's not pleasing to God, period. And because iniquity abounds, the love of many is waxing cold, very cold. People love darkness rather than light. And they won't come to the light, lest their deeds be reproved. And so we're living in the end times. We're living in the times when man's heart is being exposed, bringing about the apocalypse. Let me just say that again. It's not me. I'm not causing the apocalypse. I'm not causing the coming of Jesus Christ. If I could, he'd be here already. Man's heart is being exposed, which is ushering in the apocalypse, the second coming of Jesus Christ, the end of the world, or however you want to say it. It's not the real end of the world, but it's the end of time as we know it. Men's hearts are on evil. Men's hearts are wicked. You don't even know wickedness till you listen to the interview I did with Josh Peck. I didn't even understand what wickedness is until I interviewed Josh Peck. It's a 51-minute interview over the brand new channel called www.paulbegley.tv. And I was wrong. The price is only $2.99 a month. That's even better. I didn't even know what evil is. I thought I did, but I don't even know what evil is till I heard what's going on in the world with human trafficking and all the other things that go with it. I didn't even want to know what went on at Epstein Island, and I don't even want to know. But for too long, I think the church has buried its head in the sand. For too long, we've been playing patty cake on the padded pews. Our parishioners have been pampered by playboys in the pulpit instead of powerful preachers with the anointing and the gospel of Jesus Christ. Do you understand that the Bible says, for the word is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing, even dividing asunder the soul and the spirit, the joint and the marrow. It's a discerner of the thought and the very intent of the heart. Once again, it's a heart problem. We need some Christian cardiologist. What I mean is we need some God-fearing exorcist. We have a heart problem. Our problem is now our heart is being exposed, and that's ushering in the apocalypse. Sin is running rampant. Men, they are calling evil good and good evil, and they gleefully do it. They're confusing the youth. They're confusing the children. They're corrupting the minds of the college grads. They are watering down the word. Nobody wants to hear me preach, because I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. And you guys know it. This is like a big flashlight. This is like a beam of light. Every time you open the Bible and start to read, just go over there just run over there to the Sermon on the Mount. It don't take very long. It'll cut you coming and going, guys. And we got to get things right with God. We got to quit this. Guys, I don't want you left behind. I don't want you missing heaven because you can never forgive your neighbor. I don't want you to die lost because you held a grudge for 30 years. I know families who wouldn't speak to one another for 30 years and went ahead and died and would never speak to one another. My Lord, have mercy. There's a rude awakening coming. Somebody help me. There's a rude awakening coming. There's a revealing coming. There's a reckoning coming. There's a revival coming. I can see it where God says, I'm looking for a remnant. I'm looking for somebody that'll believe me. I'm looking for a born-again believer who's willing to stand up and say, I'm ready. Here am I, Lord. Send me. I'm tired of the foolishness. I'm tired of the fanaticism. I'm tired of the fanatics. I'm tired of the wickedness. I'm tired of the secret societies. I'm tired of the covens and covens and the craziness. I'm tired of it. We need to get people back to Jesus Christ. Can I have a cup of coffee? Some people are not going to make it. We need to see Dr. Summerall. We need to go back and watch some of his old films of him preaching. We need to watch, go back and read the sermons of D.L. Moody. We need to go back and listen to some of the prophetic words of David Wilkerson. We need to go back and remind ourselves of Kim Clement. We need to study a little while with Chuck Missler. We need to go back and hear R.W. Shambach ranting on the pulpit stage. Seriously, we need to spend some time studying Jack Van Impe's prophetic Bible. We need to listen when Dr. Irvin Baxter starts to explain the soon coming of Christ. We need to get back to the basics of the gospel. Charles Finney, thank you. What a preacher that was. Are you serious? And not just these guys. The lady here from Indiana is Wentworth. Are you serious? Oh, my Lord. Are you saved? I'm gonna get a song. If you're not saved, you know what? We had a lot of people get saved yesterday. 19, I think it was. I really want you to get. We got Mike around the world tonight. And if you're sending in your Feast of Tabernacle offering, go to my website and do that right now, okay? Send it in with your prayer request. That's the final feast offering of the year. But the most important thing I'm going to say is if you're here and you're not saved, give your life to Jesus Christ. There's almost 1,700 people here right now. And we have got to get back to God. Give it back to God, folks. Give it back to God. Okay? Give this world back to God. Give your heart to God. We're running out of time. I'll type your name down. I'll write your name down. Do it now. Do it right now. It's time for salvation. It's time to get set free. Listen to Joseph Prince.
Have you looked around? Have you heard the sound?
Hear Jesus' words.
Was crying. Or do you turn away when you see the face of the innocent dying?
Just type, I want to be saved.
In these darkest days,
people are reaffirming.
not afraid that it's too late.
Oh yeah, I love John Hagee. Yes.
You gotta get down on your knees, believe, fold your hands and beg and plead.
Do you want to be saved? Type, I want to be saved. Do it now.
You gotta cry rain and tears of pain, pound the floor and scream his name, cause we're still worth saving.
MW wants to be saved.
Can't go on like this and live like this. We can't love like this. Give this world back to God.
Repenting and rededicating out there.
Have you lost your love? Feel like giving up? Your heart been broken? Are your kids okay? Do they come home safe?
Bruce Lang.
You lie there hoping.
Sure, I love Kenneth Hagin. I love T.D. Jakes.
You can make a wish.
Do it now.
You can knock on wood. Oh, it won't do you no good. You gotta get down on your knees, believe, fold your hands and beg and plead. You gotta keep on praying.
There's people here that need to be saved today.
You gotta cry rain, tears of pain, pound the floor and scream his name, cause we're still worth saving. go on like this and live like this. We can't love like this.
Give this world back to God. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. It's up to you right now. You gotta get down on your knees, believe, fold your hands and beg and plead, and keep on praying. You gotta cry, rain, tears of pain, pound the floor and scream his name, 'cause we're still worth saving. Dan the man wants to be saved. This and live like this, we can't love like this. You can hope the best, make a wish, the only Johnny Snow wants to be saved. Kathleen wants to be saved.
Back to God.
There's others. Yes, Charles Spurgeon was a great preacher, thank you, and a great biblical mind. Oh, of course, Perry Stone, Mark Coral, Jack Hibbs. Oh, J.D. Farg is awesome. Amir. Who else wants to be saved, folks? How many more want to be saved? Smith Wigglesworth, amazing. Rod Parsley, powerful. Clint Brown, amazing. Hal Lindsey's awesome. There's more out there. Of course, Billy Graham, who could forget, and his son Franklin Graham. Derek Prince, yes. Morris, yes. Cirillo. Oh man, Billy Sunday. They just keep coming. We've got people that want to be saved right now, folks. Give me just 1 second here. We got people that want to be saved. I want to play one more song. I feel like we should. And this song I'm not supposed to play because of copyright issues. I really want to play it. I would hope they wouldn't get angry at me, but it's such a great song. There's a lot of great songs I'd like to play, but because of that, you can't do it anymore. But it really is Some Glorious Day. Is such a great song. Folks, seriously, we're living in the end times, and people have got to give their heart to Jesus Christ. Don't wait around. Please don't run. Don't wait too long. I'll play this one then instead because of copyright.
MSPs in 90s.
Okay. And after we're done with the song, I'm going to pray with everyone that wants to be saved right now, folks. Jerusalem's Cry.
Can you hear Jerusalem's cry? Can you see the storm on the rise? Look around, you can't deny this is the hour of heaven's time. Armies gathering in the east for the war that's soon to come.
Patrick wants to be saved.
Death will march.
There's others.
The beast, so seek the light and
We need revival. We need revival.
Soon we'll see his wrath come down and the Lord descending from the sky. When you hear the trumpet sound, God has answered Jerusalem's cry.
How many more want to be saved? How many more? Cynthia. Maliki. Marcella Adams. Praise God.
We're living in the end times.
Something powerful's going on. Unity is happening.
Come down, and the Lord descending from the sky.
Let's get set free from sin. Let's get born again.
Hear the trumpet sound. God has answered.
Jerusalem's cry. God has answered Jerusalem's cry. Soon the dead in Christ shall rise and join him in the sky. Even unbelievers will see God has answered Jerusalem's cry. God has answered Jerusalem's cry. Gonna pray right now, folks, with 10 people that want to be saved, and I'm sure there's others out there as well. And those of you who are going to be watching this on the archives, and you've just watched it on the archives, and you're wanting to be saved, I want you to right now surrender to Jesus Christ. Let him become the Lord of your life. By faith, you'll get God's grace. Father, in the name of Jesus, I want to be saved. I want to be born again. I want to be set free from the bondage of sin. I know I don't deserve it. Francisco, I see you. I know I don't deserve it. I know I'm a sinner, but I'm looking for your mercy, God. I want my name written in the Lamb's book of life. I'm repenting of my sins. I'm confessing my sins to God. I'm calling upon the name of Jesus. I'm asking Jesus Christ to set me free, to break the chains, to break the shackles and the chains of sin, to release me from the clutches of Satan, and to put my feet on a solid rock. I believe that Jesus is the Son of God, that Yeshua HaMashiach is the Messiah. I believe that time is running out. I believe Jesus died on the cross. I believe that he rose from the dead, and I believe he ascended into heaven, and I believe he's coming back again soon and very soon, and I want to be ready. So right here, right now, by faith, in God's grace, in the name of the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Ghost, in Jesus' name, I am saved, healed, delivered, set free, born again, saved in Jesus, saved in Jesus, saved in Jesus' precious name. I'm serious. I am so serious, and I'm so excited that you've given your life to Jesus Christ. Welcome, folks. I'm on a spiritual high right now. Kevin Wilson, spiritual high.
I'm on a spiritual high. Clean living, good life.
Yeah.
It's not bad being subject to Christ.
Welcome to the family.
In all things I'm new. Jesus, since I'm here,
I'm doing all right. I'm on a spiritual high.
oh, I've never felt a feeling I felt like when Jesus came in. I finally found something I like, and it was not sin. And I don't worry about talking bad what I found. Sometimes it feels like my feet ain't touching the ground. Oh, I'm on a spiritual high. Clean living, good life. Hey, it's not bad. No, it's not bad at all. Being subject to Christ. I love you too, American Jank. Jesus, since I don't have my shofar with me in my office here. I'm doing all right. I'm on a spiritual high. Oh, I don't feel the same today as I did yesterday. That's right, Willie Wayne. We can't predict the rapture. We don't know. Jesus came in and has taken my sins away. You clean me up, shape me up, put me in godly form. I sing a little Elvis every now and then. I can't explain this feeling, but it sure does. Stir it up, folks. Yeah, let's sing it, everybody. Oh, I'm on a spiritual high. Clean living, good life. Hey, it's not bad. Being subject to Christ. My life's anew. Jesus, since I have you. Hey, I'm doing all right. I'm on a spiritual high. Oh, I'm doing all right. I'm on a spiritual high. How many's on a spiritual high right now? By the power of the Holy Ghost. There's nothing more powerful on this earth than the power of the Holy Ghost being washed in the blood of the Lamb and set free from the bondage of sin and having the joy of the Lord, which is your strength, and a merry heart maketh like a medicine. Oh, it is so good. I want to say to everybody, Pastor Leo Dempsey's in the house, folks, saying, keep the faith. That is a good brother in the Lord. That's another powerful preacher, by the way. And it was kind of amazing. I was noticing I named a few, but you guys went off on a rant out there and named about 30 more wonderful men and women of God who have really touched lives around the world. Folks, I'm going to tell you something. God's not done, okay? God's got one more move. He's got one more move. And I tell you what, I hope everybody comes to Birmingham, Alabama. I really do. Guys, seriously, it's a big church and it's wonderful, beautiful, great Southern hospitality down there. And just come on and enjoy this, please. I want to meet you, please. And so just drive in. I want to see somebody drive in out of Florida, Georgia, come on over, Alabama, all over the state, come on, okay? That's Sunday morning, October 18th. And come on, Mississippi. Come on now, Mississippi. I know Rhonda and Sam and a bunch of you down there. Come on. And Louisiana, Cuz Miller Girl and all the rest of your family. Come on out of Louisiana. Come on out of West Monroe. Come out of Baton Rouge. Come out of New Orleans. Hey, we were on television in New Orleans for 5 years. I want to see some of you folks. And oh, by the way, come on now. Let's not mess around with this. Let's get people from Tennessee. Where are you at, Mary Jo? And also and Melissa and Alicia, come on out of Knoxville. And that other brother, what is his name? The doctor. Get over here. And and you guys out of Kentucky, come on down. And Illinois and Missouri, everybody just swing on. Indiana, come on, swing on down. And Michigan and Wisconsin and Iowa. It's not that far. Arkansas, what are you doing? Kansas. Let's just I want to, because I'm going to call out who came the farthest. I'm going to say who's here from in different states. I'm going to ask everybody to stand up from a different state or from deep within Alabama.
And I want to see just where people came from. Let's be a part of this. That's right. Colorado. What? Anyway, guys, I want to say to those who got saved today, welcome to the family. Welcome to the family of God. Your name's been written in the Lamb's Book of Life. And you're my brother and you're my sister in Christ. You've been saved by grace through faith, okay? I will encourage you to get baptized. You know, Jesus told us to be baptized. Acts 2:38 tells us to be baptized. Matthew 19, it's all the scriptures are there. So I want you to find a pastor or church and ask to get baptized. Massachusetts, yeah, come on down. And everybody go to Alabama. I mean, you guys have been cooped up long enough. You've been COVID cooped up. It's time to break loose. Heidi will be there. Mark Wolverton and his wife Cindy will be there. They're coming with us out of Indiana. Eden Springs, Tennessee. I want to see it. Wendelin, Tennessee. I got to see it. Kathy Gleba out of Philly. Come on down. Now listen to this. What was I saying? Well, if you need a Bible, we'll send it to you for free. Just send an email to MissZD01@hotmail.com. Arizona, come on. I like to see it. And that's MissZD01 at, I can't remember, MissZD01 at, you know, that address, Miss ZD's address. Look, get the Bibles, get the anointed prayer cloths, get the free little book, God Loves You by Happy Caldwell, another great preacher, by the way. You know, just seriously, everything is free on that list. And if you want anything else out there, go to our website, place your orders. If you order anything on our website, I'm going to throw in for free that Psalms 91 verse 10 mask. And I'm also going to put in hand sanitizers free. And until they run out, I'm just going to keep sending them out. So go ahead and place an order today. If you want to call in right now and give your Feast of Tabernacle offering. Sunday night will be the conclusion of that, or I should say not the conclusion, but at least that's the night we're going to pray over the Feast of Tabernacle offerings. The Feast of Tabernacle won't be over by then, but certainly that's the night we're going to do it. So, okay, so be sure and do that. We had 11 people saved here today. It's just praise God for that. 19 yesterday. God is adding to the church daily, such as should be saved. Now listen to me very closely. I'm going to be doing some videos today, and then tonight at 9:45 p.m. Eastern, Mike from around the world. And oh, by the way, I didn't even get a chance to tell you guys this, but they rejected 18,000 ballots, mail-in ballots in Massachusetts because they were not official. People were mailing in their votes in Massachusetts with ballots that were not official ballots. 18,000 people voted with the wrong ballots. It's not their fault. They got a ballot in the mail sent to them by somebody, and they filled it out and sent it in. And it didn't have the right markings on it. So when it was running through the mail machine, it picked up on it and was kicking them out. 18,000 illegal ballots already been mailed for the presidential in Massachusetts. That's just one state. I'm telling you guys, I don't think we're going to have a winner that night. Not because Trump won't have, not because Trump didn't win or Biden didn't win, but because it's going to be so messed up. So just go vote in person. Yes, just go vote in person. All right, guys, I'll see you guys tonight, okay? See you guys tonight. 9:45 p.m. Brock will be back with me. I'll be in the Salvation Station. Thank Heidi for bringing me down some coffee. I love all you guys. Are you serious? Are you serious? I ordered a bunch of silver too, just by the way, because people have been ordering it like crazy. So I've got I ordered a lot of it to come in, so just to take care of everybody's needs on silver. So get that done.